Hmm. What up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Um, my hands must just be greasy. I'm sorry. From all the damn food and the sunscreen and all that stuff, because it's not as clear as it should be, and it should be clear here. Blue, look at that blue. Look how nice that blue goes with my Cowboys blue. Um, about a half an hour from shoveling some more of that food. They literally they got big shovels and they're just shoveling the food right at you. So we're going to a Korean barbecue tonight where they cook at the table. So we definitely going to have fun with that. I can't wait to get that as opposed to what I had this morning. This morning I wasn't crazy about this morning. Ooh. But if you're a vegan, that was the perfect spot to go to it. But it's I say I tried. All right, so we got the latest word on Ceedee Lamb's health. And it's good news that basically it was just a scare, okay? You know, this time of year that anybody that just looks a little funny, talks to a trainer, takes a play off, that everybody's going to go, ooh, are they hurt? You know, these are things that normally we used to just not even hear about. Just didn't hear anything about them because it happens every day in practice, but you didn't have the people watching practice and tweeting it and everything else and making more of it than what it is. Apparently, Ceedee Lamb just kind of had a little tweak, there, and he was fine. They held him out of the rest of practice as a precaution, just to make sure that everything's okay, not to force anything, because the season doesn't start for a long time, and you want everybody going to training camp as healthy as possible. So that's good news. The great thing is it seems to be that Dak Prescott and Brandon Cooks are definitely hooking up and having a beautiful deep play. I mean, it was Dak literally launched that sucker like a hypersonic missile, and here it was, boom. Brandon Cooks got it like he got it like a Patriot missile, okay? Hypersonic missile, whew, Patriot missile, catching it and intercepting that thing. No, it wasn't intercepted. It was. I can't win. I just can't win. Because, see, I know you trolls out there, you're going to be, yeah, Dak Prescott being intercepted. That's it. We all Patriot missiles getting Dak Prescott's interception because he's a garbage-ass quarterback. And I'll say that you know that Josh Allen had more turnovers than everybody else with the fumbles and interceptions last year. And he's on the cover of Madden. It's funny. Dak is trash with more points per game than Josh Allen. Josh Allen, less points than Dak Prescott, more turnovers. Generational talent. But I guess that's just the way it is when you are the quarterback of America's team. Other news, the Cowboys signed defensive end Ben Bagu. Bangu. He's Nigerian, man. Okay, Nigerian. He's Nigerian defensive end, like 6'3", 252 pounds. Played with the Colts, had I want to say 2.5 sacks in 2019. Journeyman defensive end, a guy that they'll kick the tires on. That maybe Dan Quinn can end up finding something in there. And I will say that don't poo-poo any player coming in, because I remember a lot of times we have signed guys and people are like, oh, that bum, why we signed that guy? And we find a diamond in the rough. I mean, we signed a practice squad player in David Irving. And had David Irving had the desire of wanting to be a great football player, he could have been. But in the time that he was here, he did a lot of great things. And I'll give you an even better one. One of my favorite players back in, I want to say 2013, in George Selvey. George Selvey had done the whole, Florida circuit. I think he had been with Jacksonville and Tampa Bay and Atlanta and another team. And in his 4 seasons, I want to say had 4 sacks. Came here, worked with Ron Marnelli, and ended up with a 7-sack season. So, and ended up getting paid, going to the New York Giants, never to be heard from again. So don't poo-poo anybody that you sign, because a lot of times players will go to a team where their skills are not met or they don't have the opportunities to shine and thrive, or they're in a system that doesn't fit them. And that's the difference of having a guy like Dan Quinn, who is a teacher of players, who knows what type of body he's looking for. He's looking for certain kinds of strengths, and he's looking for guys that can really get after the quarterback. And he ends up taking guys that might be average and making them great. Another note, this is an interesting week because the Dallas Cowboys offensive line is doing a lot of different things. We are experimenting and, dare I say, trying to prepare for the season of injuries. And by that, we've had Tyron Smith working at right tackle, while Terrence Steele, who may or may not be ready to start training camp on the roster, playing right tackle. We know he plays left. He's not away from that nap yet. When they shovel so much food at you, you have those food comas. It's just like, I just came off of the last food coma and it's time for another one. But here it is. Tyron Smith practicing at left tackle and Tyler Smith practicing at guard. And the reason they're doing this is so that way they can get the best guys on the field. If it ends up being Terrence Steele is healthy and all that, hey, great. Then we put Tyron Smith back at his left tackle position, and we put Tyler Smith and have an even stronger offensive line. If it ends up being that Terrence Steele isn't ready, well, you got Tyron Smith out there, and then you end up bringing in Chimo Igato or God, what's his name? Can't think of his name right now. At left guard, starts with a W. God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Sorry, it's the food comas to go into my head too. But they're working and getting experience at different positions in there, so that way, regardless of what happens, it doesn't mean that, okay, we lost our left tackle, so now we have just who's the backup left tackle. It's not that we've lost our left guard and it's the next guy left guard. It's actually the next best player. So it'll be rotating, and depending on what position it is, who will come in and do the service. And I'd say that that's probably a good thing. And we know that Jerry Jones is open to improving the roster. Hey, Jerry, how about opening up and looking at offensive linemen, trying to get an extra guy that's going to be lights out for us, because that's going to be the key. And shout out to Connor Williams, who, for the Miami Dolphins, has become a really great center and is looking to get a brand new contract. And is going to get paid. He's going to get paid. So shout out to a former Cowboy offensive lineman. He's doing a lot better than, say, Lyle Collins. All right, good people. I've got 22 minutes before shoveling time of some more food. I appreciate y'all. Peace.